Hey guys, it's Melanie. I'm so excited about today's video. First off, it's a collab, and I'm really excited to share this channel with you guys. Second off, this is a video all about perfumes. If you are not new to my channel, you know that I live for the things that smell like $1,000,000. I have a pretty extensive perfume collection, and I wear perfume every single day of my life. Sometimes I reapply it multiple times throughout the day. I have always been a sucker for fragrance. I can remember being a little girl and just when I would be around like older women who smelled like fancy smells, like it always brought me so much joy. So I am a sucker for anything that smells good. So be it perfumes, home fragrance. I mean, I have said in the past that I don't even really mind fragrance in my skincare. I know it's bad. Don't come at me with, nah, that's not good for you. I know, I'm aware, but I don't purposely avoid fragrance in skincare because I don't tend to like have a reaction to it myself. That being said, if you're not comfortable with fragrance in your skincare, I totally get it. I'm not encouraging it. I'm just saying I don't mind it. So yeah, I love smelly things. So I'm really excited about today's video because I am doing another collab. Collabs, I think, are fantastic ways for me to introduce you guys to some other channels that really are so worthwhile and so enjoyable to watch. There is so much drama on YouTube in like the beauty community. And I think it can be hard to find channels that are just all about being here for a good time, giving good information, sharing, just thoughts and passions and obsessions when it comes to this frivolous stuff. And more importantly, channels that are drama-free, because I don't know why grown people have to always get into it with each other, but anyway. Yeah, this is a positive video. So let's redirect. I am partnering with my friend Kathy today from KathysBeautyCareChats. If you've never checked out her channel, I will of course be linking her video down below in the description box. I will also put just a link to her regular channel. After this video, make sure that you go and check Kathy out and subscribe to her if you feel a connection. She is fantastic, you guys. Originally, I found her because I noticed that she was also a fellow pug lover, and if you are a pug person, you know that they're a special dog. It takes a really dedicated human being to be a pug parent. They are obnoxious little dogs. They're so cute. Anyway, Kathy has two, and that immediately like sucked me in. But she's also from Texas, and she has that Texas accent. I don't think that was a Texas accent. You gotta go listen to her. Like, she's just, I don't know, for some reason that like Southern Texas accent just is very like soothing to me. I don't know why. I think it's because I don't have an accent, so I find them exotic and fun. And I always wish that I had one, but I do not. And she also has the big Texas hair to go with her Texas accent, and I love that about her. She just has huge blonde hair, and if you've heard me talking on my channel, you know that I live for big hair. Me and my like 57 strands of gray hair work very hard for this minimal body and oomph. But I swear it just like comes naturally to Kathy. Like, she just bouffant, up in a half pony, up in a full high pony, just all of it. It's fabulous. I love her. If you're not subscribed to Kathy, make sure that you do so. She is a joy to watch. She does a lot of skincare, makeup, lifestyle stuff on her channel, so really nicely well-rounded. There's always a video that you're going to be interested in, and she's just a fabulous person. So make sure that you go check out her channel. If you are here from Kathy's channel, I hope that you will stick around and subscribe. If not, that's okay. I hope that you just enjoy this video, and let's get into it. So Kathy and I came up with a list of questions, and we would love for you to answer a few of these down below in the comments section on each of our videos. And if you have a YouTube channel and you'd like to do this, I will put the questions down below in the description box as well. So if you want to do this, let me know and I will come watch your video, and I will be very excited to see what you guys have to say to these questions. So I'm going to go ahead and get into it. I will put links for everything that is still available. I think a lot of these scents you can still purchase. I'll put links in the description box down below as well. Okay, first question, really good question. How many perfumes do you have in your collection? So I divided this up into kind of two different categories. I have my like smaller like sprays and roller balls that are more travel sized, and I have 17 of those. And then when it comes to like full size like this, I have 36. I love perfume. I love it, you guys. It brings me so much joy. Is that a lot? Yes, but I wear it every single day. Like there is not a day that goes by unless I am deathly ill and I'm kind of nauseous. There's not a day that goes by where I don't put on perfume, and sometimes I will reapply several times a day. So it makes me happy, so I do it. What is your favorite fragrance ever? So my favorite fragrance ever is actually this right here. This is Stella by Stella McCartney. Fun fact, my daughter is named Stella because of this perfume, and also Craig is a beer drinker. One of the beers that he really enjoys is Stella Artois. And so our daughter is named after beer and perfume. Don't worry, she's turning out just fine despite that. But yeah, this perfume is such a beautiful, sophisticated rose floral scent. It doesn't smell like your grandma's old lady rose perfume. This is very modern, very young, very feminine, very pretty. I just love it. I love it. I love rose-based scents. Anytime that I smell rose, like on anyone else, I'm immediately like, it just makes me happy. Florals, I'm not huge on when it comes to like home fragrance, but when it comes to perfumes, this is my floral go-to. Anything rose-based, love it. An old fragrance in your collection. Check it out, guys. Do y'all remember this one? It is M by Mariah Carey. I think I bought this in the early 2000s. And I think I remember buying it when I was in Chicago, of all places. It still smells exactly the same. The color has changed a little bit. It is now amber colored. It was not when I first bought it. You can see I've used just about half of it since the early 2000s because this sucker is strong. If you put this on, like your neighbors at the end of your street are gonna know it. So be careful with this one. I think you can totally still get it too. I think I see it at like TJ Maxx all the time. I don't know. This is probably blasphemous to some of you, but I'm not a huge Mariah Carey fan. I typically don't even buy a lot of these like celebrity perfumes because I think they're usually pretty generic. Don't get me wrong, occasionally there's a nice one. I actually really like some of the Jessica Simpson ones, but yeah, for the most part, I stay away from stuff like this. But this one, it suckered me in back in the day, and I can't get rid of it because it's hysterical to me. This is the tackiest, gaudiest bottle, but I love it. I love things that are tacky. Newest fragrance in your collection. Nest Midnight Fleur. First off, if you've never smelled the Nest like lineup of perfumes, when it is safe to do so, go into your local Sephora and sniff them all. There is not a bad fragrance in the bunch. There are some that I definitely prefer over others. Midnight Fleur I have loved and have had multiple times in smaller sizes, and I finally bought the full size about a month and a half ago. And no looking back, it's gorgeous, you guys. Like, first off, the packaging is very simple, very beautiful, very clean, but this is such a beautiful date night, musky, seductive, evening type scent. Oh, it's beautiful. I love it. That's my newest. Most sentimental. It's Philosophy Falling in Love, because this is what I wore on my wedding day to Craig, and This is beautiful. This is very soft, very subdued, very pretty, very bridal. This has some notes of like raspberry in it, but it also has a slight tinge of floral. There's a powderiness to this. It's just simple and beautiful. And whenever I smell this, it takes me back to 2008. It takes me back to my beautiful, simple ball gown that had like 50 layers of tulle. I loved my dress. I still love my dress. I'm secretly hoping that Stella will wear it for either her ceremony or reception. It's really classic. Like, it's just a beautiful classic ball gown. Fingers crossed. She might also be like 2 feet taller than me because Craig is 6'7", so it might not work out. But anyway, Falling in Love by Philosophy. This was my bridal scent, and I still, to this day, absolutely adore it. Fragrance you could live without but can't seem to get rid of in your collection. Woo! Viva La Juicy by Juicy Couture. First off, I think the reason that I can't is because this packaging is so gaudy, and I love how gaudy it is. It's atrocious, you guys. I mean, look at that big pink bow, that little Juicy Couture charm, and their big fat royal logo just plastered right on the front. This is very fruity. This just reminds me of like the mid 2000s. Wasn't a bad time for me, but I don't know. I mean, it reminds me of some good times, but I don't wear it anymore. But I can't get rid of it because I love this bottle, so I'm gonna keep it. I do still occasionally spritz it on myself, but it's not my type of fragrance that I really love. Favorite types of scent notes. I love vanillas. You guys know how I feel about the vanillas. Two of my favorite fancy vanillas are Seven Virtues Vanilla Woods. This is gonna come up again here. And then also the Virgil from Sylvain Delacourt. I convinced Kathy to buy like a little sampler pack from the Sylvain Delacourt website. And I was like, go get like the vanilla sampler, you're gonna die. Virgil is within that vanilla collection. I love vanillas. And the great thing about vanillas is you can mix them. So if you have like a vanilla, say a Comptoir Sud Pacifique vanilla extreme, you could mix that with the Seven Woods and it would be gorgeous together. So yeah, vanillas, whether they are floral or gourmand or anything in between, I think they're just beautiful and make great blending perfumes for sure. Least favorite type of scent notes. Very masculine, heavy, like mahogany teakwood type scent notes. I don't care for those. There's not a ton of women or female perfumes, which, I mean, a lot of perfumes I think are kind of unisex and could be worn by either, but I tend to personally not prefer more masculine notes. I really prefer lighter, powdery. If I'm gonna get into like heavier notes, I love oriental, patchouli, spicy, woody type notes. That's what I really personally like and drawn towards the most. So, yeah. What do you do with fragrance samples? I do this. I just put them all into little containers like this, and then I do use them. I use them quite frequently. So there's a Sol de Janeiro in here. There's Myth by Ellis Brooklyn. There's Indigo by Nest. Some more of these Sylvain Delacourt samples, which I would highly recommend checking out. This is a French perfume company. Now the full size, I'm not gonna lie, these are expensive. They're like, I think in the $150 price range, but oh, beautiful. Like the French know how to make a perfume. I think they're the best. They really are. But this is what I do with my samples. I just put them in a cute container and then we'll grab them periodically, pop them in my purse, or just wear them and then finish them and do away with them. Favorite packaging. I think that my personal favorite when it comes to packaging in perfumes, I like very simple, clean lines. I mean, obviously I like this gaudy mess here, But really what I tend to enjoy the most are very clean looking bottles. Not a lot of fancy stuff going on here, just, you know, simple black lids, squares, rectangles, oblong, but no, what is this? It's not a circle. What is this? Oh, oval? Oval shapes. That's definitely my go-to packaging. And then least favorite packaging, I actually came up with a specific example, and you might be like, you silly goose, this is very clean and modern looking, right? But this packaging annoys me because this sprayer constantly leaks. I think this is just a design flaw by old Michael Kors. This is the original Michael Kors. This is a very heavy gardenia note type scent, so this is like a white floral, and I love it. But you can see, like, I've actually taken this back to Nordstrom's a couple times to get it replaced, because the sprayer always leaks, and it just like goes pouring down the front, and then it like lands on, I ruined a table with this perfume. It like damaged the wood underneath. So I always have to, if I'm gonna use this, I have to set it on like a paper towel afterwards to absorb the perfume that just comes out, which is really annoying. So that particular packaging right there, not a fan of. Anything that leaks, I don't like leaky things. And then a couple more questions. Fragrance you want to try but haven't pulled the trigger. I actually can't think of one for this particular question, because usually if I want something at this point in my life, I go and buy it. You know, I have like a certain budget set aside for frivolous, silly things, and I can pull from that whenever I want to get something. So if there's something that I want, I go and buy it. So there's nothing that I have my eye on right now. I kind of want to get a full size of the Ellis Brooklyn Myth, because I really enjoy this sample. So I may do that, but I'll probably wait until there's a sale in November again. Do you mix fragrances? I do. Obviously, I've talked about these two. I think usually if there's like a couple different types of florals that I like for example, I like mixing Midnight Fleur with Indigo from Nest. I think that's a beautiful combination together. But I like to play around with it. Sometimes, usually I just use the perfume by itself, but if I'm feeling exotic, I'll mix them. But it's usually a floral with a floral, or a gourmand with a gourmand, that type of thing. Oh, hi, Lisa. And the last question is the first perfume you remember wearing. I think it was like probably Malibu Musk or Love's Baby Soft. I can't remember which one I got first, but I'm sure it was like when I was in 6th grade. And I mean, I was in like middle school, high school in the 90s, and then my elementary years were in the 80s. So I think, I'm pretty sure it was Love's Baby Soft or Malibu Musk. Do you guys remember either of those? I mentioned those in my, I did like a 90s nostalgia fragrance video. Some of you watched that. I'll link that down below if you haven't had a chance to see that. But yeah, I think it was either one of those two. And then Kathy also had in here some of her favorite fragrance channels. I don't actually watch fragrance channels, so I can't answer that one for you guys, but I'm sure Kathy has some great suggestions for that on her videos. So make sure you go check out Kathy's video if you haven't already. She is fantastic. I know you guys will love her. I can't wait to hear some of your answers down below in the comments, and I will put links for all of these ridiculous things down below in the description box. Have a great rest of your day, and I will see you guys in the next one. Take care. Bye.